We're talking with Nick Ennand from Industry and Investment New South Wales today about the small hive beetle in the bee industry.
We have a few devices available for controlling small hive beetle. A lot of them rely on a reservoir type system in that you fill the beetle being smaller than the bee, and the bee harassing the beetle continually in the colony pushes the beetle into cavities and locations where the bee can't access. These types of traps rely heavily on a reservoir type system in that the bees harass the beetle continually in the hive. The beetles seek harbourage from the harassment of the bees, and in doing so they seek locations where the bees can't get access to them. These traps rely on the beetles entering into them, but the bees can't get access, so those openings are only large enough for the small hive beetle to get into those. They then fall into a reservoir of, say, vegetable oil or diatomaceous earth, and as a result die in that process. That's a homemade one, quite an easy type of system. It's just a container which used to have nails or something from a hardware store. That type of thing can be slipped into some hives. You just put that on the bottom board with, say, vegetable oil or diatomaceous earth in there. The beetles crawl in, and obviously you capture and kill the beetles within that container. You can see a few small hive beetle within that container in the vegetable oil. So there's a few devices on the market designed in a similar type, or designed to work in a similar way. This is another one that beetles crawl into, get covered in diatomaceous earth. That's a commercially available one. It's available here in New South Wales. That just slips into the entrance of the hive, so you don't have to open the hive to use that. This is another idea that captures a few small hive beetle. It really doesn't make a huge difference to the small hive beetle population, but it can capture a few and kill a few more small hive beetle. This is just inner mat. This is just a small square of inner mat. It's just a liner with a fluffy backing. You put the fluffy backing sitting upwards, the beetles crawl across it and get tangled, and the bees get a chance to chew them up and rip them to pieces and throw them out. So the bees don't tend to get caught in that, but the beetles do. Another reservoir type trap system is the beetle trap. This is one made in New South Wales again, where you have a sliding draw reservoir. You have slots big enough for the beetles to access and go into, but the bees cannot. They go into there, in the reservoir you either put oil or diatomaceous earth again. They fall in that, get covered in it and die. So it's quite a good one in that you can access the drawer quite easily and remove it, tip out the beetle and clean it, and put it back in, ready for the next lot of beetle. It does take a bit more work in regards to installing this on the bottom board. This is a commercially available trap which was devised by New South Wales Industry and Investment by a man called Gary Lavotte. It again works on the principle where beetles can get access into the trap, but the bees cannot. Within the trap is core fluted cardboard. The beetles crawl into that core fluted cardboard, think it's a lovely spot to hide out and get away from the bees. When they do so, that cardboard is actually impregnated with a chemical, and as a result they come in contact with that chemical and die, and it's a very effective way of reducing small hive beetle numbers, with 90+% population decreases in hives that have tested or had use of these traps. This is a smaller version of the reservoir trap again, however this one goes at the top of the frames, so a different approach. Again, you fill it up with oil or diatomaceous earth. Oil is dangerous in that if the hive's been tipped for any reason, oil can spill out and cause damage to the bees and the combs, so diatomaceous earth is probably more friendlier to use within the colony. These fit between the frames like so, and with a cover mat over the top, the beetles find that a good hiding spot from the bees, crawl into that location, and as a result come in contact with what you have within the reservoir and die.